Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, good morning. Hey guys, good morning, good evening. Can you hear me? Is my voice audible, guys, to everyone? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, good morning, Varun.
Yes.
Good morning, guys. Hi Prashant, hi Pradeep, hi Ber. Good morning, guys. My voice is audible, guys. Just confirm me, right? It's audible to everyone perfectly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, I think we're on time, guys, right? We'll get started. Just before starting, right, I'll just have a quick call from everyone, right? Just confirm me, right, the folks who have received the sheet, right, the cloud instance sheet, right? Ram, Nandini, Pooja, Pradeep, right? Can you confirm, guys, whosoever has received the sheet?
I have received it.
Pradeep, okay, right. Ram, you have received the sheet?
Yeah, I have received the email.
Perfect. Nandini, from your end, you have received this?
No.
Okay, have you registered for the course already?
Yeah, yesterday night only I have paid.
Acha. Just follow up with Prasad, okay, Nandini,
Okay.
right? Make sure you get the sheet, right? Reason I'm
Okay.
asking, guys, right? Because from Monday onwards, right, our practicals will be starting, okay? Today I'll not give any homework, right? But Monday onwards, right, our real project practicals will be starting. So, guys, please make sure, right, today or by tomorrow, right, you have the sheet available with you, okay? Right? Pooja, do you have the sheet with you? Pooja, Pradeep, from your, sorry, Pradeep has already mentioned. Prashant, Pooja, do you have the sheet with you?
No,
Yeah,
not
I
yet.
have received.
Line by line, I'll go. Pooja, do you have this?
No, not yet. Actually, I have not enrolled yet. So I have just asked for the demo for the last day.
Okay,
For the
make sure you do that, right? Because from Monday onward, this will not, right? This will be required actually. Okay, right? Make sure you do that. Okay. Okay. I think we're on time, guys. Let's get started, right? So just a quick call, guys, from my end, right? Those who have already registered, please make sure, right? Please have the sheet available with you because, right, I'll be giving homeworks, right? Upcoming Mondays, right? You'll be jumping with me in the real project. Okay, you'll be having the corresponding experience of the live project. So you'll be asked to do practicals, right? We'll do continuity. I'll be there with you. Don't worry about it, right? But I want everyone to have the sheet, guys. Okay. Now let me have a quick call, guys, right? What we were doing, right? So if you remember, right, in our previous session, we had a very good discussion, right, about how the navigation in Oracle Fusion Cloud looks like. We started to navigate in the cloud, understand what is vertical navigation, horizontal navigation, at the same time what is watch list, notification. At the same time, we also understood about, right, what is specifically your favorite icon which is there, right, a look and feel altogether. And if I remember right, in a right, just before the session, we also discuss about how a company gets a project, right? How does an initiation of a project happen? Also, right, how does Oracle works on this upgrade culture, right? How they upgrade their cloud instance, right? How frequently do it up, right? What is a quarter concept which is there from Oracle, right? This is something which we understood. Now let's continue our discussion from that point. Okay, these are some of the critical points which are there, right? Now let's say, right, everything gets finalized. Okay, right, which company will do the implementation, right, what are the corresponding major modules which will be there, right, everything is finalized. Now what will happen, guys, is, right, same example I'll take you, right, which I had explained to you yesterday. Tata Motors. Okay, let's say they are doing the cloud implementation and Deloitte will be the consultancy firm which will be there. Okay, right, everything is decided, licensing, everything is decided. Okay, which instance, how many instance, development instance will be purchased, what will be the cost, everything altogether is decided, right? Definitely Tata Motors will pay the money, right? This money payment depends, guys, right? Also, it's not like Oracle asks the money in single go from Tata Motors. It can depend, guys, right? The pattern will be there quarterly, it can be, right, in 3 months, right? Partial payment also comes into practice. Now what Oracle will do is, right, let's say the project is getting initiated. What they will do is, right, they will ask Deloitte, okay, give us one email ID. Okay, that email ID, they will make that particular person as a system administrator. Okay, I'll explain you this thing. Give me a minute, right? Let's say everything is finalized. Now project is about to initiate, right? So when Oracle will hand over the instance to Deloitte to start doing the development work, right? When they publish the development instance, what will happen is Oracle will ask Deloitte that give us one email ID. Okay, at least one email ID is required altogether. Let's say I am the project manager, right, of this complete project. So I will share my email ID with Oracle, right? And what will Oracle do, guys, is, right, they will make myself as a corresponding, right, specifically a system administrator in the system. Now, what is a system administrator, guys? Is system administrator is nothing but a person who has a complete access of the cloud environment, guys. You can imagine it like a super user, right? Who has a complete environment access. He is someone who basically, right, creates your role. He is someone who creates the user account, deletes the user account, locks someone's user account. Entire activity are being controlled by your system administrator. It is just like, let's say you basically created an application. Obviously you will maintain the security. So what you do is, right, you have 3 to 4 security administrators which are there who control the application. Same thing here also will happen, guys. You have system administrators which are there, right? System administrator will basically make sure who gets what access, right? Specifically, he'll be the person who will be, right, creating the user account, deleting the user account, updating the password, resetting the password. Everything will be controlled by a system administrator. To all the EBS folks I have in my call, right? If you remember, system administrator was a responsibility which was there in EBS. Okay. To make your job easy, right? That's why I have given the word as system administrator here. But do remember, in Oracle Fusion, we call system administrator as IT manager. Okay. Please start using Oracle Fusion wording now, right? So IT manager is a role which is there in Oracle Fusion. Okay. If this role is assigned to my user account, right, then what I will become is I will become a system administrator. Okay, do remember this thing. Now, what happens, guys, is in a real-time project, imagine, will I give all the users system administrator access? No, I will not do that, right? Let's say I have a team of 20 or 30 members. Will I give system administrator to everyone? No, I will not do that, because then what will happen is people will start playing with the user account, deleting someone's user account, right? Also in a real-time project, when I hand over this instance to Tata Motors team, will I give them system administrator access? No, right? Because this is something which is very secure thing which is there. What Oracle does here for you is they will ask one email ID, right? I will give, let's say, generally what happens is, right, Deloitte manager or VP, right? They give their email ID. Now this system administrator, which is there, Varun Sharma, he is capable of creating other system administrator. But the first system administrator in the system will be always created by Oracle. Okay, do remember this thing. So let's say we got a project, just an imagine, right? UnoGeeks got a project. I am the project manager. I will give my email ID to Oracle. Oracle will create myself as a system administrator. Now I have become a system administrator. So what I can do is I can make other people also as system administrator, guys. Generally what happens, guys, is, right, when you go to real-time project, obviously you will need a team of system administrator. Imagine if there are 40,000 employees, 50,000 employees which are there, 50,000 users are there. It is very tough for me to manage each and every one, right? So generally, if you see in your company also, the IT department which is there, it's not a single person. There is a team which is there. Same happens here also. To manage an application, I will need a team which is there. Who will be the team members, right? What will be the team, right, strength which will be there? That will be all depending upon Deloitte, guys. Okay, do remember this thing. But what is our main crux here to understand? System administrator, right, is nothing but, right, specifically the person, right, who can basically delete the user account, create the user account, right, update the password, make sure who get what role assigned to them. This is all responsibility of your system administrator. To make your job easier, that's why I use the word system administrator. But do remember, we call specifically system administrator as IT manager in Oracle Fusion. So someone asks you what is IT manager, it should automatically click to in your mind. He's the person who will manage everything. Okay, do remember, system administrator is EBS wording, right? IT manager is your Fusion wording. Start using Fusion wording, guys, right? Okay. So if you see, right, when we purchase this particular cloud instance, okay, what happened is, right, we asked Oracle to make SCM IMPL as a system administrator. Right now, if you see, right, when you log in with SCM IMPL, he's a system administrator altogether, right? It's a generic, right, just a user account we created so that, right, we can make it as a system administrator. Once again, I reiterate, he'll be capable of deleting user account, creating user account, everything. Now today, let's do an activity. I am Varun Sharma. I want to create my user account into the system, right? What I told, who will create your user account? It will be all taken care by your system administrator. So I will be logging as SCM IMPL and we'll be creating my user account, right? Once I do it up, right, Monday onwards, I'll be asking you guys to create it also. Okay, but first see how to create a user account. Okay, I'll copy this password. Let's log into the cloud instance. Okay, make sure there's no corresponding space. So if you see here, guys, I'm logged in as a system administrator into the system, correct? And my plan today is to basically create a user account in front of you. Okay. My aim is to basically create myself, Varun Sharma, as a user account. Okay. Go here, right? See the steps, guys. If you click on this arrow, right, you'll find one section, guys. Okay. That is known as tools. Okay. You see this tools where written. Click on this. Under this, you'll find one administrative sign, which is known as security console. Okay. Do remember, in a real-time scenario also, only system administrator will have the access to this. A normal user will not have an access. Okay. So you see this, right? Security sign, which is there, the security tile, which is there. Okay. Here is a place where all your information related to roles, user account will be there. So in our upcoming session, our complete discussion will be within this particular tile. Okay. Click on this, right? So as soon as I click on this, right, I'll be landing to the security console page, right? This is specific to the administrator, guys. Okay. If you see here at the left hand side, you see this user icon, which is there, right? So if you click here, here is a place basically where you create your user account. Okay. Let me revise the corresponding navigation in front of you so that you remember it up. Okay. Let's do a revision of it, right? So if I want to create a user account, first of all, right, I should be a system administrator, right? Or you need to contact a system administrator to create a user account. If you see here, tools is mentioned, right? Go to tools. Under this, you see the security console, which is there. Click on this. Okay. Now I want to create a user account. So what I'll do is left hand side, you see this user tab, which is there. Click on this. Okay. Now, if you are existing user, you already have a user account, you can search it up here. But right now my aim is to create a fresh one, a new one in front of you. You see this add user account button is there. Okay. Click here, right? Now here is a place basically, right, where we can create a user account, guys. Okay. Now let's fill the detail. If you see at the right hand side, right, first things, first name and last name. Okay. So I'll give my name. Varun Sharma. Okay. Now, if you see, as soon as I type Varun Sharma, what happens is Oracle generates a username for me. Okay. Now, if you see here, right, question arises in our mind, right? What is this username? Username is nothing but with the name you will be logging into the system. Do remember, right? This is very important to understand from yourself, right? The default culture of Oracle says that, right? Let's say if you type your first name and last name, what will happen is, right, the username which will be created for you will be, right, first name dot last name. Right now, if you see, right, why A has been associated with me, because there's already one Varun Sharma account created in this right system. So what do remember what is Oracle culture is, whenever you create a new user account, right, the by default username culture which is followed by Oracle is first name dot last name. If it already exists, then what Oracle does is, right, first name dot A dot last name, first name dot B dot last name, right? Let's say I create one more Varun Sharma, it will be Varun dot B dot Sharma. This is how Oracle culture works. But do remember, guys, in a real-time project, generally we do not go with this culture, guys, because what happens is, think in your real world. Let's say if there are multiple in your company also, there might be multiple puja, there might be multiple people with the same name, multiple people with Ram name, multiple people with, right, similar Varun Sharma name altogether, right? So if you have this type of nomenclature, it looks very confusing, right? When we go to real-time project, we generally suggest our client is to go with email ID as the username, or go with the employee number. Okay, that's the best activity, guys, ideally. Let's say you're doing a project for Tata Motors. So what I can do is, right, I can ask, right, okay, from whom user you want to create the user account, just give us their corresponding email ID, okay, or the corresponding employee number. Username should be basically generally an employee number or email ID. That's a better choice, guys. Okay, do remember this thing. The culture which is given by Oracle is a default one, but it's not like that you have to follow this, nothing like that. If you see, it's completely editable here. Okay, but why I wanted to show you this, because you should remember. So someone asks you in your interview, what is the default culture of username followed by Oracle? It is always first name dot last name, which is there. Okay, always remember this thing, right? That's a very, very key point to notice. But as a good functional consultant, as a good functional consultancy practice, right, when you go to real-time project, suggest your client to go with employee number as a corresponding, right, username, or, right, your email ID as a one criteria. The reason I'm saying this thing is because if you see in my company also, I might have 10 Varun Sharma, but every Varun Sharma will have a unique email employee number, right? Employee ID or employee number, whichever you want to say. Second thing is, right, if you see in your company also, right, let's say if you're working with a bigger brand, Capgemini, TCS, Infosys, right, many people are there with the same name. What company does is basically, right, their email ID is very much separate. they make sure that the email ID of every person is separate. It never happens that you're trying to send a mail to someone, it goes to someone else. No, email ID will be always, email ID and employee ID will be always unique. So it's a better culture, guys. Okay, do remember this thing, right? But let's currently follow Oracle culture. Okay, but up to you, right? Let's say .a.sharma. Okay, but if you want to update it up, let's say just I'll give my employee number in my company right now, UnoGeeks 1234778, right? You can follow it, up to you, completely up to you, right? No issues with that, right? So that's a good functional consultancy practices which are there, guys. Okay, let's do this thing. Right now, come here, right? Just like in many applications, whenever you are creating a user account password and you have to confirm the password. Here, if you see the default policy which is followed by Oracle is 8 character, 1 number which is there. Now, someone has a question in their mind, can we update this password policy? Yes. Let's say your client is saying we want one special character. It should be always starting with a number. This type of specific policy update, if you want to do, you can do that. But first, let's see the default one which is there, guys. Okay. So keeping the password as welcome one, guys. Okay, so that you guys can also log in with my user account. Okay, see this welcome one I keep. Okay, right? Make sure your password and confirm password is same, right? And what I'll do is, right, I'll click on save and close button here, right? If I click on save and close, what will happen is, right, my user account will be getting created into the system, right? Point to note here, guys, I have just created a user right now, right? I have not added any role, not added any corresponding responsibility to him, nothing like, right? Just a blank user I have created. What we'll do is let's log in with Varun Sharma. Let's see how the screen looks like. Okay. So I do a sign out from SCM IMPL. Okay. Now let's log in with Varun Sharma. Let's see how the screen looks like from Varun Sharma perspective. Okay. This will be a very important thing. Right. Varun dot a dot Sharma. Okay. Correct. Welcome. What was my password? Do remember, guys, password is something which is, right, specifically case sensitive. Username is not case sensitive, but password will be case sensitive. So if you have used, right, uppercase, lowercase, make sure, right, you use it correctly. Do a sign in. You'll be landing into, now if you see your login with Varun Sharma now. If you see right now, right, you see this good morning message comes as Varun Sharma, which is there, right? Reason is, right, as I told, right, whichever username you will be creating, let's say Pooja creates her name, right? So it will be by her name, right? Yesterday, if you remember, I logged in with SCM IMPL. That's why I was saying good morning SCM IMPL, which is there. It is respective to the user which is there. If you remember, right, yesterday you were seeing many modules in front of me. You were seeing specifically procurement, order management, subscription management, right? Other modules are also visible, manufacturing, which is there, right? But do you see these modules right now, right? Yes, I can see product management and subscription management because we have defaulted this module. That is also something which I'll teach you. Don't worry about it. But understand the crux here. Right now, if you see this person, Varun Sharma, right, does not have any access to procurement, does not have any access to order management, does not have any access to work order management. Reason is I have not basically assigned him any role specific to that. So point to understand here, point to note here, guys, right? Everything, right, who will get what access at the same time, what access are assigned to a person are all controlled by roles in Oracle Fusion. Do remember this thing, right? So right now what we have just done is we have just created a user account. It's a blank user ideally. Okay. Why you're seeing product management, subscription management, don't worry, I'll teach you because we have defaulted this role altogether. Okay, that is also something which I'll teach you. But understand this thing. Right now, if you see, it's ideally a blank user without having any access which is there, right? If you go here, right, where you see this VSN, which is a setting sign, you'll not find any link related to setup and maintenance, right? Because this person does not have the capability of doing the setup. So what I can conclude here by this statement is everything who will get what access is something which is controlled by your IT manager in Oracle Fusion. First statement, right? That is first and foremost thing which is there. Who will get what access is something which you control with your roles in Oracle Fusion, guys. Okay, do remember this thing, right? So right now we created a user account. Now what we'll do is we'll start assigning the roles to this particular person. But before assigning the roles, let's understand about the roles, guys, how the roles works in Oracle Fusion. Okay, let's have a theoretical understanding, then we'll take the things forward. Okay, so whenever I use the wording roles, okay, do remember, just a minute, right? There are two types of sorry. There are two types of roles in Oracle Fusion, guys. Okay, do remember this thing. One is known as your standard role. Okay, I'll explain you each and everything. Don't worry, I'm just writing the wording now. and other one is known as custom roles. Okay, do remember this thing. To all the EBS folks which I have in my call, in EBS, what used to happen, guys, is right in EBS, the main control was on roles plus responsibility, which was there. Okay, but in Fusion, what has happened is the control has come onto roles and privileges. Okay, that's a major difference, right? I'll explain you this thing. Don't worry about it. But why I make this comparison is because so that you are aware about the things, guys. What has changed from EBS to Fusion? Okay, to all the EBS folks which are there. Okay, do remember, in Oracle Fusion, who will get what access is basically controlled by your roles and privileges. Okay, that's a fundamental which is there. Okay, second thing, right? There are two types of roles in Oracle Fusion: standard role, and second one is known as custom role, which is there. Standard roles are nothing but the default roles which are provided by Oracle. Okay, do remember this thing. That is, right, whenever you purchase Oracle Fusion Cloud, right, this role will be already available in the system. These are the one which are provided by Oracle. Okay, default roles which are there. Okay, custom roles are the one, right, which are created by me, right? Yes, IT manager is also capable of creating his new custom roles which is there. Okay, do remember this thing. Line by line we'll have a discussion, but before that, let's have a quick revision. What I told, everything in Oracle Fusion will be controlled by your roles and privileges which is there. There are two types of roles in Oracle Fusion: standard role, custom role. Standard roles are nothing but the default roles which are provided by Oracle. Whenever you purchase Oracle Cloud instance, this will be automatically available. Second thing, custom roles are the one which I will create as a system administrator or an IT manager. Yes, I'm capable to create my own roles into Oracle Fusion. That's also possible. Okay, line by line we'll have a discussion, right? When I talk about standard role, guys, okay, right now currently in the system, okay, there are around 19,000, right, 891 standard roles which are there in the system, right? If I talk about this number, this is related to all the modules, not only SCM, finance, order management, right? Specifically your HCM everywhere, right? Total in the system right now, there are 19,891 roles. If you go, you'll not find this information on Oracle website also, but because we have made this product, we know what roles are going in background, right? These are the corresponding all the standard roles which are there in the system. Okay, do remember, right, if you personally ask me also right now, I do not remember each and every role. Okay, I do not remember, I cannot remember, no one can remember 19,000 roles, to be very honest with you. Okay, then how we will do the activity, how the procedure will do? So what Oracle says, guys, is understand this statement, right? What has Oracle made a statement is, right, every module of Oracle Fusion has 5 basic fundamental roles. Okay, this is something which will be expected out of you guys. Okay, that means every 5 basic fundamental role related to every module, it is something which will be expected out of you that you should remember. Okay, when you go to your interviews, right, the questions will be on this 5 basic fundamental role. When I say 5 basic fundamental role related to every module, what do I mean is, order management has 5 basic fundamental role, procurement has 5 basic fundamental role, finance has 5 basic fundamental role, right? Work order management has 5 basic fundamental role. Every module has 5 basic fundamental role. What Oracle says is, if this 5 basic fundamental roles are assigned to your user account, right, you can do the entire implementation, okay, related to that module. Okay, do remember this thing. Once you register with us with the course, guys, let me just show you. Okay, you'll get a role sheet from us. Okay, this is where, right, your all the 19,800, right, 21 roles which are there in the system, right, entire roles will be there. Why this sheet will be helpful for you? Because when you go to real time project, right, you can refer our sheet. Okay, this is only which we have prepared, no other company has done this. This will be helpful for you. Okay, but definitely, right, the fundamental role is something which I'll be teaching you. This is which basically, if you see, covers all the module, not only R1. If you see, accounts payable, accounts, right, specifically related to finance also. Okay, so this sheet will be very useful. So once you register with us with the course, right, I think the folks who have already registered will get this sheet, right, in 1 or 2 days, right, 3 or 4 days, you basically get this sheet. This sheet will be very useful, guys, for you. Okay, so have this sheet in your bag whenever you go to real time project, so that you can refer it up. Okay, do remember this thing. Coming back to our point, what I made is, right, every module, what Oracle says is, if you pick order management has 5 basic fundamental role. If you pick procurement, right, procurement has 5 basic fundamental role. If you pick inventory has 5 basic fundamental roles. If these fundamental roles are assigned to my user account, I can do the entire cloud implementation related to that module. Okay, do remember this thing. Let's take an example of one of the module and then we'll see it in the system. Okay, let me first write it down. So let's say if I talk about procurement, okay, when I use the word procurement, that is your P2P cycle. Okay, here there are 5 basic fundamental roles which are there. Let me first write it down, then I'll explain you each of them. Okay, first one is known as procurement application administrator. Okay, second one, right? I'll explain each of them. Don't worry about it. Okay, let me first write it down. Second one which comes is, right, procurement catalog administrator. Okay, as I was saying, this is something which will be expected out of you guys. Okay, that you should remember. Okay, third major key role in your procurement module is your buyer role. Okay, now if buyer is there, supplier will be 100%, right? So another key role in procurement is your supplier administrator role, which is there. Okay, I'll not say there are no other roles in Oracle Fusion related to procurement module. In procurement also we have around 580 roles which are there. Okay, many other are there, but these are 5 basic fundamentals which are there. Okay, that at least you should remember. Okay, and the must, right, and a key role in procurement module is, right, receiving agent, right? So if this particular 5 roles are assigned to your, right, specific user in the system, right, you can do the entire procurement implementation. Okay, that's a key statement which is there. Okay, now as I was saying, these are all your standard roles which are there. That means these are already available in the system. Let's study line by line each of this role and let's see in the system also. Okay, now let me once again log in with our SCM IMPL user, because SCM IMPL user is nothing but a administrator. Correct? Copy here, right? Let's go here. SCM IMPL, copy paste the password. Okay. Scroll to the right, scroll to the right, right? You'll get the section tools, right? As I told, now upcoming session, our complete discussion is under this, right? You see this security console. Okay, click here, right? Now start remembering the navigation also, guys, right? It should be remembered by you. Okay, where is the roles residing, where the user account is residing. If you see, right, I created the user under user tab, correct? Now, if you see at the top roles which is there, here is a place where you'll get all the information related to the roles which is there, guys. Okay. At the same time, right, moving ahead, when I'll be creating the role, right, you have the button also available. To all the EBS folks which I have in the call, okay, forget about that F9, F11, right, which used to do, you remember you used to use wildcard operator, nothing like that in Oracle Fusion. Okay, this is web application. That was a bogus application, old application altogether, R12 11i, right? Here nothing like that. You have to use percentage sign, modular sign, no like that. Okay, yes, there are 1 or 2 screens which are there where you might have to use it up, but maximum web pages in Oracle Fusion do not require you to use any of this wildcard operator. Okay, this is for all the EBS folks which I have in the call. You remember you used to use modular sign, type it up, old activity, bogus activity, not required in Fusion. Okay, here is a place where you can search all your corresponding standard roles which are there. Let's go line by line. Okay, so procurement application administrator, the first one which I am just telling you, just type it up. Oracle will do a like search automatically for you, so you do not have to type any modular sign, like operator, percentage sign. No, Oracle will do the search for you automatically. See this, did I created this role in front of you? No, this is inbuilt, right, default which is there. You see this in front of you, right? Click here, right? Now understand some key points from mine. Okay, whenever you want to know that whether that role is a standard role or a custom role, always, right, see the code which is there. Every role in Oracle Fusion has a role code which is there. Okay, if the code is starting with the wording as aura, okay, always remember, if you see the code word starting with wording as aura, that means that is a standard role. That should automatically click in your mind. It's not written on any of the website. No one will teach you also this thing. Remember this point, guys. Whenever you want to differentiate a standard role from a custom role, always remember the standard role starts with the wording as aura. Okay, this should be by hearted in your mind. The code of that role will start with the wording as aura. Okay, so you are searching any role in the system. If the starting 3 character of that code is aura, that means it's a standard role. Okay, now this is the first role which we are seeing in procurement specifically. Okay, what's the name of the role? Procurement application administrator. Let's see the description of the role first. responsible for technical aspect of keeping the procurement application system available as well as configuring the application to meet the business need. Actually, it's like a super user role in procurement application. This is a particular role. If it is assigned to me, right, what I can do is I can do all the corresponding configuration, right, related to procurement module. I will have a super user role. So I will can create the purchase order, purchase agreement, everything can be done. If you shift your focus to the right hand side, if you see here, you can see all the privileges which are available in this particular role. So if this role is assigned to me, I can import the supplier, right? If you scroll down, you can create the purchase order, right? You can create the contract, you can manage the user, because as I told, this is like a super user role in procurement module. Okay, scroll down, right? You can basically do the payable invoicing options which are there, right? So all the privileges which are there, which are available as a part of the standard role, you can see this from this particular list. And this is very helpful, guys. Okay, I can know, okay, let's say if I want to do contract setup, I want to create a purchasing contract in Oracle Fusion, I can do this activity. That will be a helpful thing for me. Okay, so this is very much important, guys. Procurement application administrator is like a super user role in procurement application. It basically gives me an access to create, right, corresponding all the transaction. Also, I can do the complete setup, guys. Okay, do remember this thing. Come to the second one. Okay, you see this procurement catalog administrator, right? Let me help you with an example. Right now, if you see, guys, when you go to Amazon, Flipkart, right, as soon as you type pair of t-shirt, you get a list of, right, results in front of you, right? Multiple brands t-shirts will be there. Puma, Adidas, right? Local t-shirts will be also there, right? Also, if you see, you have an option to filter them also. Let's say today I'm planning to purchase round neck t-shirt or collar t-shirt, or I'm planning to purchase specific brand t-shirt, Puma t-shirt. You have filter criteria which is there. So this list of catalog which is there in front of you is nothing but managed by someone, correct? So if you see, there is an Amazon catalog team which is there. Okay, what results will be shown are shown to you guys, right? Same happens in other application also. Which t-shirt will be shown at the priority, which will be second, third, right? There's an administrative team which is there. So this basically helps the buyer to buy the item. Same happens here also, guys. I need a catalog administrator who will manage this thing, right? Okay, when purchasing is happening, when purchase order is getting created, what categories are available, what catalogs will be shown. This is something which is controlled by a procurement catalog administrator, right? Why it is important is because in purchasing, categories do make a significance. Okay, so how do you manage your category is done by a procurement catalog administrator. Okay, if you search here, you'll get this role available with you. Okay, search here. Okay, this is catalog administrator. Okay, click here, right? So here is a person who basically manage the catalog content which is there. Okay, and the respective privileges are given in the right hand side which is there. Another, right, key role which is there is nothing but your buyer role which is there. By the word it is clear, right? If you see in your P2P cycle, procure to pay cycle, who are the two key players which are there? Buyer and other one is supplier. By the word it is clear. What is a buyer? Buyer comes from the word as buy, the person who will be buying the item which is there. Supplier will be the person who will be supplying the items which will be there, right? So if you go here, right, search the buyer role, you can see what are the access which are available with the buyer. Okay, come here, right, open this, right? You see this, right? Let's see the definition once again. Okay, procurement professional responsible for transactional aspect of the procurement process. That is nothing but the person who is capable of buying the things, guys. The person who is basically capable of doing all the activities which are related to P2P cycle. So here, let's say if I assign this role, this person can do the purchase order inquiry, he can do the agreement inquiry, right? That means he can basically see what are the agreements which are there, he can see what items are available, he can create the purchase order, delete the purchase order, right? He'll have this capability which is there. Okay, so these are all your, right, buyer privileges which are there. Same goes with supplier administrator also, right? If you say here, you can see the supplier admin also. Search it up. Okay, right, you'll find it up, right? So if one party is buyer, obviously, right, there'll be some party who will be basically supplying the item. So here is a place, this is nothing but the supplier role which is there, guys, right? So whosoever suppliers you create in the system, obviously these guys will also have an access to Oracle Cloud instance. Okay, they will also supply the item. Right now, if you see, Tata Motors is there. Tata never manufactures tires, right? Let's say if you're purchasing Tata Nexon, Tata Punch, any of the car, just see the tires which are there. It's never written that Tata Tires. No, Tata is never into tire business. If you see MRF, Seat, these are the companies who are completely into this tire business, which is there. Point to note, guys, right? Basically, MRF and Seat supply the tire to Tata Motor altogether. So they become a supplier, just an example, right? So obviously they will also have an access to all, right? The Oracle Cloud instance. Tata needs tire, 10 tire, 20 tire, 30 tire, right? So they'll create an order for this, right? And then basically supply will supply the item. Just an example I'm taking you, right? So this is your supply administrator, which is there. Just below this, if you see, this is nothing but a receiving agent role, which is there. What is a receiving agent, guys? Okay, see the wording, receiving agent. This is nothing but, right, your warehouse operator, which is there, guys. Okay, what companies do is they basically have a receiving person, which is there. Okay, that means who will be basically, right, receiving the goods, making sure the items have been correctly received or not. Just whenever you get a chance to visit DMart, okay, right, just see that DMart had two sections actually. One is where, right, it will be available to all the user. There'll be one restricted section, guys. What is that restricted section? Actually, that restricted section is nothing but where they get the goods altogether. Let's say DMart also, if you see what they do is they basically, right, they are the wholesaler into the market. They get multiple, let's say Mirinda bottle, Fanta bottle, pizza packets, right, Maggie, pasta, right? They are not the actual producer of it. They are basically just in wholesaler. So they basically get the item. They're the retailers into the market, right, from all this company, right? So they first store it up and then this is available for everyone, right? So they have a receiving person which will be there. You would have seen right in front of you also, right? There will be one person with pen and paper in his hand. He'll be counting how many boxes are there. Okay, 10 boxes of, let's say, biscuit packets are there, 10 boxes of chips packets are there. He'll count it up. So this is all an activity of receiving agent, right? Why I'm giving this example so that you can easily understand, right? These are the 5 basic fundamental role related to procurement. Similarly, order management has their 5 basic fundamental role, right? Specifically, work order management have it up, right? As we go module by module, let's say when I'll teach you inventory management, I'll show you this 5 basic fundamental role. When I go to order management, we'll study this 5 basic fundamental role. Why I do this activity? Because it will make your job easier. Right now, if I explain you all this thing, right, it will not be like a bouncer in front of you, okay? But the crux you need to remember the difference between standard role and custom role, and these points which are there. Every module has 5 basic fundamental role. Why I took this example of procurement? Because I'll be showing you right now. I'll be adding this Varun Sharma, some of these roles which are there, and then we'll see the screen, how it will look like, okay? So if I want to add a role to a person, what I'll do is go here, okay? Right now I want to add some roles to Varun Sharma. So I do not have to create a user account because it is already created. Search here, right? We'll get Varun Sharma, okay? If there are multiple also, that will be also available. Oh, sorry. Right now that is issues there. Okay. Right. Give me a minute, please. Okay, you see this in front of you, right? You see this, right? I have this user account which I created in front of you. Okay, click on this. Okay, now my aim is basically, right, if you remember, right now the role screen looks to be blank because I did not add in any role to this particular person. Now my aim is basically to add some roles so that I can see, right, what are the changes this role does on the screen. Click on this edit icon and let's add of this corresponding standard roles which we have discussed. Okay, I'm adding 2 or 3, whichever you want to add, up to you. Copy, right? If you want to search, let's say if you do not remember the name, you can do a search also. Okay, like operator is already there, right? It will automatically search for you. Okay, let's add a procurement administrator role. Okay, right? Let's add, right, a buyer role, some, right, specifically, right, whichever I want to do, I'm adding it up. It's up to you guys. Okay, let's add a buyer role here. Add role membership. Click on done button. Okay. Let's add a catalog also. Let's do this thing. And we'll add the supplier role also, no issues. Okay, just my aim right now is to show you, right, how the screen looks like. Spelling is wrong like this. Okay, done, right? Well, let's add 3. Okay, whichever you want. Now what I've done is I basically added some role to my user account which is there. Okay, save and close. Right, and now what we'll do, guys, is let's log in with Varun Sharma. Let's see how the screen looks like now. Okay, what is the change which has happened? Click on done. Do a sign out here. Okay, now let's log in back with our Varun Sharma user, which I've just now created in front of you. Let's log in with welcome one. Okay. And if you see, the process has been made much simpler as compared to EBS, right? That's why Fusion is more popular into the market. Okay. Now see the screen which is there, right? Now I see an issue here. I added a role, but I do not see any different. Where is procurement? Where is order management, right? Because there's one reason which is business thing. You need to run one program which is there, guys. Okay, whenever you add any role or any add corresponding custom role, right? What happens is, right, changes will not be automatically visible, guys. So what has happened is Oracle has provided one program for this. Okay, that is known as retrieve LDAP changes. Okay, do remember this thing. Okay. That's why I deliberately wanted to show you this thing, right? See this, I added the role, but I do not see any changes here, correct? Where are the changes which is there, right? Do I see procurement? No, right? Because whenever you do any updation to any role, or when you basically add any role to your user account, make sure you run this program, guys. Okay, retrieve LDAP changes which is there. Okay, how to run this program? Let's check it out. Go back to your SCM IMPL user. Okay, and let's initiate the program run. Okay. So whenever, right, whenever you want to have a sync of your user account roles, right, make sure this program has been initiated. Okay, come here. Let's log in back. Okay. That's the reason, guys. I want to deliberately show you that even just after creating the right corresponding user account or creating your corresponding roles directly, right, the changes will not be visible. There's one program which you need to run. Okay. Generally, in a real-time project, what we do is we schedule this program. When I say the wording schedule is, right, instead of running each and every time manually, right, we can schedule it up. Let's say any changes is happening, so this program will run automatically in the background. Okay. How to schedule the program also, that was also something which I'll teach you. But first, let's understand how to manually run it up. Okay, you see this tool section, click here. Under this, you see the schedule process which is there. Here is a place where you can run your programs in Oracle Fusion, guys. Okay, do remember this thing, right? To all the EBS folks which I have, this is just like your concurrent programs you remember used to run in EBS, similar to that in Fusion. Okay. Right now, if you remember the name of the program name, well and good. Let's say if you do not remember, let's say I'm right now not remembering the name, so even you can search it up here, guys. Okay, click on this option, click on this search hyperlink. If you remember, I was making one statement, guys, right, to all the EBS folks which I have, to other people also. You do not use wildcard operator in Oracle Fusion, but as I mentioned one statement, there are few screens where you can use the wildcard operator. This is one of them, guys. Okay, see this. If you want to search here, you can use the wildcard operator. Okay, just so if you want to just write search, let's say I'm not remembering the entire thing, right? I just remember the keyword. Use this, right? Your programs will be available. See the description of the program, right? You need to remember the first one only, guys. Okay. Synchronizes the user roles, role grants with the LDAP, which is there. Now, question comes in your mind, what is LDAP? LDAP is a space in Oracle Fusion where Oracle stores all this user account roles information. To be in a very generic term, you can imagine this as a directory which is there, okay, where all this information is stored. Click here, click on OK button, right? And let's initiate this program. Let this program run. Okay, it will take few seconds, right? Few minutes actually, right? To get completed, right? And this basically will do a sync for me. That's fine, not an issue. Okay, it's been initiated now. Okay, so every program will have a process ID, guys. You see this, an ID number was generated, right? Even all the latest run which is there will be available here, right? So if you want to track a program, right, what is the access, right, will be there. It will get initiated. Initially it's blocked, it will get completed. This is how, right, basically a process of updating your roles and user account happens in the system. Let it happen, let it run parallelly, right? Then the changes will be visible, right? Let's have a revision what we studied today. What we saw is basically we created a user account, right? And what we understood is that any user account I create in Oracle Fusion, everything will be controlled based on my corresponding roles and privileges. Then what we discussed is every corresponding module, right, has 5 basic fundamental roles in Oracle Fusion. In right now in the system, there are 19,891 roles which are there. Do you need to remember each of them? No, not required, guys. Even your interviewer will also not remember it up. But what will be the expectation out of you that at least this 5 basic fundamental rules are remembered by you? Okay, do remember this thing. Have a complete right background about this 5 basic fundamental rule. Okay, do remember this thing. Right? I took an example of procurement right now. I told you 5 basic fundamental rule. As we go ahead, guys, right, module by module, when I'll teach you inventory management, once again, I'll tell you this 5 basic fundamental rule, right? When we'll go to procurement, once again, we'll see this 5 basic fundamental rule. Okay, do remember this thing. These are some of the keys which are there, but there is a catch here, guys. Okay, we are aware about this 5 basic fundamental rule, but think in a real-time project. Okay, this is like, let's say, will you make everyone as a procurement application administrator? Let's say I have a team of procurement. Will you make everyone as a procurement application administrator? No, right? What I want is, take an example, right? I'm doing a project for X company or Y company. They basically have, right, domains in US, China, Japan. Okay, just an example. Okay, multiple manufacturing plant they have. Okay. Now what I want to do is, right, to Nandini, I just want to give an access to, let's say, Japan, right? To corresponding Ram, I want to give an access to China, right? To specifically, let's say to Pooja, I want to give an access to US, right? So what I'm doing, I'm controlling the data access which is there. That's a correct statement from mine, right? Obviously, it will happen in a real one, right? Let's say, right, I have a team which is working only in, right, specific India, right? So I want to give them access to only India business unit. I have a team who is working specifically in China. I want to give them access to China business unit. In that case, what happens, guys, is, right, your standard role will not allow me to do this because standard role is a common one. Everyone will get every access, right? In such case, that's the reason, right, Oracle has bought custom role, because in standard role, you cannot delete any privileges, right? You cannot update anything. But this is where, right, your custom role comes into practice, guys, which basically allows you to update the things, right? Is basically allowed to delete the privilege, which privilege you want. Okay, in your real project, guys, right, when you go to real time project, right, we ideally use custom roles only. Any project of cloud implementation you go, right, we basically use custom roles only. We create custom roles, right? But why did I taught you standard role is so that you are aware about the thing. Second thing, let's say you are in a development instance, right? If you want to do the development activity, then you can use the corresponding standard roles which is there. But in a real-time project, always your custom roles are the one which will be taking the highest precedence, guys. Because think in a real life, guys, right? You will control this thing. I will not give everyone a supplier administrator access. I will not give everyone a catalog administrator access. Let's say we all members are of procurement. I want to specify, okay, who will get access to which particular operating unit. I can decide that, guys. This is something which can you do by your custom role. Okay. I'll just give a glimpse of the custom role, guys. We'll do a deep dive on this on Monday. Okay. Do remember there are 5 types of custom roles in Oracle Fusion. Okay, this is something very critical, very important. At least expect 3 questions coming from this in your certification right now. This time, right? Procurement had 4 questions, order management had 2 questions, work order management have 6 questions in this particular sector. Okay, so this is very crucial, guys. Okay, right now if you go to Oracle website, the definition is very clumsy there. Okay, you'll not understand. What I generally prefer student is, right, understand the things with an example. That will be always there. Okay, direct question comes in into what is job role, what is duty role, which is there, what is abstract role in custom role, guys. Okay, so this is very critical, guys. Okay, do remember this thing. There are 5 types of custom roles in Oracle Fusion, guys. Okay, job role, I'll just write it down in front of you, don't worry. On Monday I'll explain you each of them. Okay, I'll just give a sorry, I'll just give a glimpse about it. Okay, job role. So someone asks you, right, in your interviews, right, how many types of custom roles are there in Oracle Fusion? Do remember there are 5 types of custom roles which is there. Job role, duty role. Okay, third one is known as, right, presidential role, which we also call it as discretionary role in Oracle Fusion, guys. Okay, so please do not get confused if someone use the word discretionary or someone use the word presidential role. Okay, please do not get confused, right? Presidential role. Right. The fourth one, which is there, which is known as your auto provision role. Okay, so just give you an idea. Remember, right now you were seeing production, you were seeing product management and subscription, because we have auto provision them. Auto provision means is defaulting. Okay, that means you can default a role also. So whenever a new user account will be getting created, if you want some of the roles to be defaulted, right, that is something where you can use auto provision. Just to give an idea, let's say I am there, right, I'm about to join a company, Pooja is there, at the same time Ram is there, right, we 3 are about to join same company, but our designation is different. Let's say I'm joining as a manager, right? right? Ram is joining as a consultant and Pooja is joining as a trainee or intern, which is there. Although our three people have a different designation, but we all three are an employee of one company, correct? So if you want to default any role, let's say I want to default an employer role, I can use the auto provision feature, which is there. Okay, that is also something which we'll study. And the last one, right, which is not used much, but you should know this, is known as abstract role in Oracle Fusion. Okay, I've just given the heading right now. Don't worry, this is something which I'll teach you right on Monday onwards, right? So that you do not get confused. But let's have a revision of the things which we studied before I take your question, right? How many types of roles are there in Oracle Fusion? Two types: standard role, custom roles. Standard roles are the one which are provided by Oracle. Custom roles are the one which I can create, I can play on, which is there. How many roles are there in the system right now? 19,891, which is there. What Oracle says is every module has 5 basic fundamental roles. This is something which will be expected out of you. You should know this 5 basic fundamental role. As I told, I showed you procurement 5 basic fundamental role. As we go to module by module, when we'll be in inventory management, I'll show the 5 basic. When we'll go to order management, I'll show you the 5 basic which is there. Okay, do remember this thing. Whenever you basically add the role, make sure there's one program which you need to run, which is known as retrieve LDAP changes, which is there. This basically will do the synchronization for you. Okay, do remember this thing. Coming up to the custom roles are the one, by the word it is clear, custom. That means the ones which I will be creating. I have a control, I can create my own custom role, right? There are 5 types of custom roles which are there: job role, duty role, discretionary role, which we also call it as presidential role, auto provision role, and abstract role, which is there. Don't worry, I've not started with the custom role, I've just given a glimpse of it. Okay, do remember this thing. I'll take a pause here, guys. Till this point, any doubt, any question anyone has, please feel free. Akbar, Nandini, Pooja, Pradeep, is the concept clear, guys? Concept clarity is the most important thing, right? Ram, from your end, right? Ravnish, from your end, any doubt, any question, guys, anyone has, please feel free. Yeah, Rohinesh, go ahead.
Yes, Varun. Varun, I'm having a doubt. Duty role and data role are same or different?
There's nothing like data role, buddy, right? There's nothing like that. If you see, it's a data access role which you are using the wording. Okay, there's nothing like data role. Okay, it is actually data access role which is there, which you are saying actually, but it's not same. Duty role is separate, data access is separate actually. Okay, which I'll teach you. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah, Prashant, you're saying something?
Yeah, I have two questions.
Ah.
Like the first is, like when you are trying to retrieve the user which you have created, so there is a status shown. There is a column of the status which is the active and the block. Okay, so there
Correct.
is you recently created, so maybe the block status showing as a no. So just wanted to know here. Let's say I have created mine account and unfortunately I forget the password and I tried with the multiple passwords. So does my account gets locked? If it gets
See
locked,
this,
then
right?
how we
Here
can?
it depends upon company. That's a good question, Prashant, right? It depends upon company policy, which is there. Okay. Generally, what happens is, right, maximum times which we see is, right, we ask companies, some companies says that okay, we'll give 5 attempts, right, to the user. 5 attempts are incorrect, block will happen. Some company says 3 accounts will be there. Okay, so this is like your password policy control which you can do. Okay, that is one statement which is there. Okay, some companies, what happens is, right, Prashant, you are from EBS background,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So if you see, you have a concept of SSO, you might have heard about single sign-on, which is there. Correct, right? You might have also used in your RTL project, which is there, right? Here also you can enable your cloud environment with a single sign-on, which is there. That means log in with your system, automatically you can connect with cloud instance. Okay, so this block which is there now, you can control this thing, right? How you want to have it up. So there's no hard fast rule that 5 attempts are failure, block will happen. Right now, if you see n number of unsuccessful attempt to out, right, block will not happen because we have not given that policy. If you see, this is something which you control in your API authentication, which I'll tell you moving ahead. Okay, that means specifically what's administrative access role which you want to have, right? Let's say you want to control specifically 5 password, right, incorrect policy. This type are all your policy. This will depend upon client, buddy. Okay, it's not like every client will have a same policy. Just like for your password policy right now, 8 character, right, 1 number. But let's say some companies are doing one special, this much character long. Depends. Correct? Got my point?
Yeah, got
Right?
it.
That is, yeah.
And the another is like whatever we are doing from the front end side, right? Like the user creations and the
Definitely, it will be stored in the tables.
assignment and all. So do we have any database to, put from the?
Definitely, right? If you go to reports analytics, right, you can search your data also into the background. It will be available. Oracle Fusion also works on database. Okay,
Okay.
right?
So
But
no,
just to help
actually,
you with a comparison,
I was
sorry, just
thinking more
I'll
about.
just I'll just compare with you. Okay, please remember tables from EBS to Fusion have got changed. Okay, so please do not be in a mindset that EBS table and Fusion tables are same. Some tables have remained the same. Some tables have got changed. Okay, yeah.
Okay, because in Oracle, we do have, a database like SQL or from the Toad. You can
That is
see
not
that.
like that culture, buddy. That is old bogus altogether, right? Toad, SQL developer. I know you used to make connection to Toad, right? Then write the queries, packages, which is there. Nothing like that. This is web application, which is there. Here you
Mhm.
can search the data altogether, right? But there's nothing like packages, procedure, function, nothing like that in Fusion. Okay. Here, yes, data gets created. It is always on a database culture. You can search the data from the background.
Mhm.
If I create a purchase order, right, I go to data model in Oracle, which I'll tell you when we go ahead, right, how to search the data also. Okay, that will be there. There's nothing like that here. You need SQL developer to third party application to connect, not required. Okay, inbuilt Oracle has provided that data model feature. Okay.
Mhm. No, being a sysadmin person, or maybe the access if I'm having, so I just wanted to know that, okay, if there is a 10 people and I wanted to know how many responsibilities assigned to
Here
that.
you can search, buddy, every person whom you want to search. Why I need to do to better ways, right? See,
Mm,
come out of that EBS mindset. Okay, that's right, old thing which is there. Okay, I have
mm,
to use database to search everything, right? Here also you can do extract the data. Excel will be there. Front end is already available to search the people, whichever you want to do. Okay, not
Okay.
required. Come out of that EBS mindset, buddy. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
right. Yeah, Akbar, go ahead. You're saying something. I can't hear you, Akbar. Not here, able to hear your voice. Okay, no worries, right? Any other question, any other point, guys, from anyone? Please feel free. Yeah, Pradeep, you're saying, yeah, Ram, you're saying something.
Yeah,
Yeah, line by line, I'll go. Yeah, yeah, Ram,
on
go ahead. Yeah.
the role assignment for
Hmm.
a given user, I saw one option like assignable.
That we'll discuss,
Some of
buddy.
the
That is something I've not come to that topic. This is something which
okay.
you'll see in auto provision. How to make a particular role assignable, default it up altogether. Okay, just hold on for this. We'll study that. Okay, got my point, Ram? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Pradeep, you're saying something.
Yeah, I was just about to ask about the LDAP changes.
Huh?
We've made changes in one user, and again we had to go back to
No,
the
buddy.
SCM.
No. LDAP is common, right? And let's say 10 user you have made the changes. LDAP you run in a single go, it will update everything, right? LDAP
Okay,
is not specific to user. Okay,
all right.
it's
Okay.
common. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's take a pause. Yeah, Pooja, you're saying something.
Yeah. Under the privileges, under each roles, there under the privileges, I can see there were role code.
Hmm.
So, you said no, we need to select only the Aura ones. So, do
No,
we
I
have
never
the
said
same?
the wording that we need to select Aura one. I use the wording that if you want to differentiate between your standard and custom role, right, you can differentiate it with Aura
Okay,
one. Okay.
okay, got it.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what I want from your end, guys, right? The folks, right, who have got the cloud instance access, please start utilizing this time on Saturday, Sunday. I want everyone to prepare their user account. Okay. Type up, right? Start, right? My recording will be there available with you. Start preparing, right? Right corresponding standard rules which I created, right? Sorry, which I basically showed. Add it to your account, right? Start creating your one. Definitely, it will be a good practice. My recording, just keep it beside yourself. Start practicing. That will give you a good experience out of it. Okay. Monday onwards, also I'll have a one practical in front of you. That will be also very much important. Okay, where you will be doing that activity in front of me. But utilize this Saturday, Sunday. Okay, start practicing. Right. Second thing, guys. Right. Please make sure you have the sheet available. Okay, this is for everyone. I'm reiterating because from Monday onwards, right. Generally, first 3 sessions we do not give any specific tasks related to project. But Monday onwards, your specific tasks related to the projects will be also starting, guys. Okay, you will be doing with me, don't worry, it's not a hustle, we are not going any fast pace, nothing like that. Okay, slow we'll go, but I want everyone to have this sheet. So make sure who have registered with the course, make sure this sheet is available with you. Okay, and you get the access to drives also, guys. okay, where all documents are there. More documents you'll get from us, okay, many more documents are also about to come. This role sheet you might be getting in 3 to 4 days, right? Continuously you'll get more and more documents, okay? That will be a continuous process which will be there. Good resumes which comes into our bucket will basically supply you that also, okay? There's one more good resume which I got, so I'll be basically uploading. You can contact Prasad, okay? This helps you actually, okay, right? That will be helpful. Yeah, Rashnesh, you're saying something?
Yes, before closing, Varun, I need your help. In one of my current tasks, I need to create my basic P2P configuration book. So, do you have any configuration book for P2P?
Have you registered for the course?
Yeah, I have registered.
Okay, so it's available, buddy, in the corresponding folder. Just see it up, right? If you go to SCM configuration, right, there'll be a book available, right? This is for Apollo P2P configuration workbook, which is there, which is a project which we did, I think, just 2 years back. It's available there. Okay, just see them.
Apollo.
Yep, Apollo P2P configuration. Okay.
Okay, yeah, thank
Right,
you
you'll
so
find
much.
it up in the folders. Make sure you have the drive folder now, where we have all our documents. You'll find it up. Not only related to procurement, every module you'll find it up. Okay.
Okay, yeah, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no worries. Right. So let's meet on Monday. We'll continue our discussion, guys. Yeah. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
guys. Thanks
Varun.
for joining this course. Thanks a lot,
Thank you,
guys.
Varun.
Right.
Thank
Please
you,
make sure
everyone.
you
Have a
practice,
good
guys.
weekend.
Okay. Right. Please practice. Okay. Utilize this
Sure.
weekend. Please make practice, guys. Okay. And if any doubt, any question, ask me on Monday. Okay.
Sure,
Let's
Varun.
meet on
Thank you,
Monday.
Varun.
We'll continue our discussion. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks a lot.
Okay.